to thank you all for being here today, and to the Ganley family for their ongoing commitment to recognize exceptional members of our community. Heartfelt congratulations to Sonny Tyler, whose contributions make him a valuable asset to the Salem community. I'd like to take a few minutes to pay tribute to a true statesman, past member of the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Salem's Board of Directors and Board of Governors, and recipient of the John P. Ganley Award and the Bill Brown Awards. It's a privilege and an honor to share with you the life and legacy of my dear friend and mentor. The Honorable Joseph Delahanty passed away on January 16th, with his family there by his side at Salem Haven. While at Salem Haven, you would often find community leaders there visiting with Joe while he held court in true Joe style. He'd kick off most conversations when I was there with his trademark phrase, "You still owe me $10. He loved to bet everybody. He spoke passionately about a lot of different topics. But those of you that knew him, when he talked about Salem sports, you can just picture him in the grandstands when his kids were playing football for Salem or his daughter was cheerleading, and you had Jimmy Lawler up there, Mr. DeMarco up there, all people that cared about this community, and Joe would be up there holding court. He loved gardening. You know, most people don't know this, but the last 10 years that I think he actually ran a nursery, he worked for me, which was a great way to do things because I knew I didn't have to do a damn thing. He loved the New Hampshire Senate. He was a Senate president, a past Senate president, and he believed in it. He'd often call me and say, "You got to do this." I told him that you can't smoke cigars in the chamber anymore, Joe. You can't have a drink up at the chamber anymore. But he said, "You got to do it. You got to talk to people. It's really the way to do things." But he believed in it, and he believed in what's going on up there. He believed in Salem politics so much. He used to be a selectman, but more than that, he never left it. He would always lecture us on what we had to accomplish. And most of all, he talked about his deep love and pride for his family. Joe is represented by his family members today. His wife, Gail, is here. His daughter, Deborah, and her husband, Stephen. Son, Brian, and wife, Andrea. And Jessica and Cody Baker. We thank you for joining us. Now, Joe's favorite exclamation was, "Jesus Christ." Not sure something meaningful would ever follow that. Sometimes a rant, but then the cigar would go back in his mouth. I strongly believe in honoring the history of our town and preserving the memory and contributions of those who helped shape it. From Bill Brown to John Ganley to Joe Delahanty, we celebrate their accomplishments in business and leadership and community improvement, charity involvement, and public service. Joe was deeply committed to giving back to our community, and it was a priority for him. Several years ago, a small group of us from Salem established a nonprofit called Inspiring Futures. St. Patty's Day was Joe's holiday. He celebrated like no one else, trust me. So in memory of our dear friend Joe, in honor of him and St. Patrick's Day, I'd like to invite Mike Collins to present a contribution to the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Salem on behalf of the organization. Thank you.